OMG, the whole world is spinning upside down, backwards, and sideways. There's a tidal wave coming. You felt it, I felt it, the whole damn world knows it. You're either going to be sitting there wondering what the hell just happened, or you're going to be surfing that wave. And that is why we modern rogues gather every single day for office hours. Today's day number 214. And boy, we got a hell of a journey for you to go on. I think we may have a patron saint of consumer advocacy. David Horowitz had an extraordinary career, and we're going to explore more of that. But first of all we care about is the time that he remained perfectly calm, cool, and collected, literally under fire, with a gun stuck into his ribs. The dude was like, all right, so apparently this is happening. We're going to explore that astonishing moment, but first, as you and I both know, the bad guys have robots now. There's a literal scampocalypse happening. And the most exciting part is, ain't nobody can be bothered to talk about it. That's why we go live every single day over at youtube.com/scamschool with nearly 2 million subscribers. Over at Modern Rogue with 1.7 million subscribers and climbing. Over 1 million followers over at x.com/wood. We go undercover with the dozens of, I tell you, perfectly real, legitimate human beings over at LinkedIn. But of course, the only ones I care about are the elite ones, the hardcore. We call them the Diamond Club. You ever notice why I keep sneaking this little sigil into everything I do? Showed up on international television. We got other people doing it. National news. People make metaphors and they end up doing this. That ain't no accident. That's us swearing our allegiance to our hardcores, the real ones. So today, we're going to start off with, as you know, we're going back through the entire back catalog of Scam School episodes. Scam School was the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. So Scam School is the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. So we're going to go back through the episode. I believe we're at 111, which I think was originally posted with Trick Friends with Probability something, and then it got changed into Trick Friends with Cards like a Con Man. But the important part is these are a bunch of statistical improbabilities and an old school bar scam thrown in the mix. We're going to watch it. We're going to do some degenerate gambling, and then we're going to get to the main story. Here we go, beautiful people.
Everybody is an idiot about math, and that's good because it'll make you money. This episode of Scam School brought to you by TuneUp. Your music collection is a mess. TuneUp fixes it automagically. And Netflix. Welcome to your Get Out of Bar Tab free card. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and unless you are a mathematician or a casino owner, everyone else on planet Earth has a really bad understanding of probability, which is something that con men take advantage of. So I give to you not one, but two ways to take advantage and make money on people's lousy understanding of probability. What's going on, gentlemen? It's good to see you again. Matt, Drew, all right, we're gonna play a game. I want to know what you think is a good or a bad deal here. How many, and I'm going to ask you first, Matt, how many face cards are there in a deck of cards?
9. So 16. Wait, jacks.
I'll give you a hint. This is not the scam. This is the introduction.
What is it? There's 4 times 4 right there. So what is that? That's...
Yeah, there's jacks, queens, kings, and there's 4.
That's 12. Sorry.
12, yes. 12.
So yeah, 12.
Yeah, so
3
12,
times 4.
just like you said. There's 52 cards in their deck, so that means there's 12 face cards, and how many not face cards?
40.
40, right. So, what would you say the odds are if you were to take a deck, shuffle it up by your own hand, and then separate it into 3 piles? What are the odds that one of these would have a face card on the top?
Not that good.
You say about 1 in 4, what do you say?
1 and 3.
1 and 3? Okay, but both of you guys agree it's more likely to not have a face card than to have one, right?
There's no way there's a face card.
All right, dude. Here's what I want you to do. I shuffled them up. You can shuffle them up yourself. Mix them up, and then you can give it a few cuts, whatever you want to do.
No, we're going to do a Vegas style right here because I know you're shady.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That just happened.
What's funny, it's like there's 2 people that shuffle this way, Vegas and toddlers. Those are So if there's no face card, I'll buy you guys drinks. If there is a face card, you buy me drinks. 1, 2, 3 piles. Let's see it. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, no face card.
No face card.
No face card.
Oh, we got the 9s going.
Bada bing, bang. There it is. All right.
doesn't count.
Come on, dude. Come on. Huzzah! Oh, I got 2 of them. Booyakasha. Thank you very much. Most people, given this problem, say that there's 12 face cards and 40 non-face cards, so they put the odds at 12 to 40. They say that most likely there's not a face card in there. But the true odds are roughly, the way I heard it was that it's 6 to 5 in favor of there actually being a face card. Now, the great thing about Scam School is we got genius mathematicians who will instantly give us the exact true answer on the forums. But I do know for a fact that more often than not, there will be at least one face card on those 3. But you guys did a great job. Thank you so much, man.
Will, you're there.
Yeah, so one of the keys to thinking of these statistics and probability things, notice that by having 3 different piles, you get 3 at-bats, basically. There are 3 opportunities to play that. And so in order to not get a face card, let's say it is 1 1/3, roughly. In order to not get a face card, you have to successfully dodge a face card 3 times. So if the odds are 2 out of 3 that you're gonna miss it, then it's 2 out of 3, which is 66%, times 66%, which reduces it, times 66%. So the odds get lower and lower. Again, intuitively, if you picture 100 piles, you know at some point you're going to get a face card. It becomes impossible to not. So when you flip probability, not of what are the odds something will happen, but think of what are the odds that you'll repeatedly not have it happen, you'll get a different answer. Also, shouts out to fixing your ID3 tags from 2010. Yes!
You guys know 3-card Monte, right? It's also called Follow the Lady, where you're supposed to find the queen. What are the odds that out of 3 cards you'll pull out the queen?
1 out of 3.
That's right. What are the odds that you won't find the queen?
2 and 3.
2 and 3, right? And so now we're gonna up it. We got 2 queens and 4 non-queens. We got 2 jacks, 2 queens, and 2 kings. I'm gonna scoop them together, shuffle them up. You're gonna pull out 2 cards.
Okay.
What are the odds that you're gonna get a queen?
1/3. 1/3, yeah, it would be 1/3 again.
1 out of 2?
1 out of 6.
You say 1 out of 6 are the odds that you get a queen?
Something out of 36.
Something out of 36. Fair enough. Because you got 2 queens.
Right.
There's 2 out of 6 cards.
You have 33% chance of getting a queen.
Exactly. Here's what we want to know. More likely that you will get a queen or that you won't get a queen? There are 4 non-queens, 2 queens.
Won't.
You say won't. What do you say?
Will.
Just because he said won't. So we all agree that it would be more likely that you will not get a queen than get a queen, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a queen, I'll buy you a beer. But if you do get a queen,
I buy you beer.
you gotta buy one for me. All you have to do to win is pull out 2 cards, pick out any 2. All right? That's 1. That's 2. Pick 2 cards.
This one
Yep.
and this one.
All right, let's see. Oh, a beer for Brian. Do you win a drink or do you owe me one? Yeah! If there's no queen, I'll buy you both drinks. But there is a queen, so you gotta buy me drinks. You got the queen. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Very good. Well done. Look at that. I can't believe you got a winner. Wow. The way people perceive this one is because there's 2 queens, which would be a loss, and 4 non-queens, which would be a win, people perceived it as 2 to 4, right? What makes the difference is that you're trying the same trial twice. The true odds are actually 6 to 4 in favor of you getting a queen. 60% of the time, you're gonna win. You're not always gonna win with this one, but 60% of the time, you will get a queen. Do realize that 40% of the time, you are gonna lose, but more often than not, if you do an even money bet, a queen's gonna end up being a winner. Thanks a lot, guys. Awesome job. This week for my Netflix recommendation.
I love this. In the chat, Luke Sightwalker says this video isn't old at all. Yeah, man, look, it's nice. It's 2010 in here. Come on in. The political climate's fine. Barack Obama's president. We haven't invented robots that can be used to deceive people. We're watching The Big Lebowski on a service called Netflix. They send DVDs through the mail, and they have to pay to advertise it because nobody knows what a Netflix is yet. Yeah, dude, it's good times. Stick around, though. We're going to go back even farther in time in just a bit.
service, you're going to fall in love with it. Between the instant streaming and the fact that movies arrive in only one business day, you're going to dig Netflix, and most importantly, you'll be keeping Scam School in business. What's going on, Mauricio? It's good to see you again, man. I got a quick and easy one for you. You're going to like this. Check this out. Hold on. We'll just draw us a little circle. There we go. Here's the challenge I got for you. Full glass of beer. I'm going to put it right in the middle. I'm going to tip it over straight down, pour the whole thing, and not one drop will land outside of that circle. If one drop spills outside of that circle, I'll buy you a beer. But if I pull it off, come on, man, hook me up. Okay. Yeah, you're not even putting up a fight anymore. You're like, Brushwood, you want a beer, I'll get you a beer.
That's fine. Let's see it.
All right, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Not one drop spilled. All right. Now you'll come up with your own presentation for these bits, but remember that in the long term, the statistics are going to work out in your favor. In the short term, however, you may end up buying a few free drinks for your friends. Don't worry about it. You'll make it back and then some. I want to hear about your thoughts, your suggestions. Hit us up at the boards at revision3.com/scamschool. And if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam to appear on this show, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. If you're doing the Twitter thing, you can follow the show at twitter.com/scamschool, or find out when I happen to be in your hometown doing a public event at twitter.com/schwood. Next week, we're going to be documenting my long-running campaign to become the presidential nominee as Scam Czar. But until then, I need to get a little more cash so I can get back to the blackjack table. Let me see if I can get the...
Oh my God, do you remember when we were doing czars for everything? That, the scam czar, the border czar, the drug czar? Yeah, good times. All right, guys, so we have time to do some degenerate gambling. Have we opened up the bidding yet on it? If you guys are new here, here's the thing. We're caught up all the way to at the cusp of June 2010 at this point. We're now at the part where Scam School episodes are coming out weekly on the Scam School YouTube channel. And of course, not all of them would go on to become hits. In fact, I think we saw that a lot of these only got 1,000 views the day they came out. But Scam School is an OG. It's a long timer. It's been around for a minute. And so some of them became hits, some of them did not. So we're going to see which is which. Good point, Kid Cart. Kid Cart points out that there's an ABCD block in there. That actually felt like a really balanced episode, I thought, given the fact that I think it was appropriate. That was wise for us to spread out through all of the locations. It made the whole episode just feel bigger as a result of all these little bits. And it camouflaged the fact that, of course, there were two big fat ads in the middle of it. But here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to head on over to GESSATTACK.com. There we go. And this is where you are going to place your bet on how many views this episode got. The winner gets the only points that matter. Brian Bucks, right here in Scam School. In the office hours. All right, and the guesses include Koro Matsuriku coming in with 240,069, Hawk Worley with 1.2 million, Cliff Horn with 111,112, Sixter 4157 with 260,000, Bantarat guessing 169,000, BioCow, going for a big one, just shy of a million with 987,654, Joey H666 pegs it at around 140,000. Flying Car 100 says about 500,000 at 540,000. Curtis Hoffman 6956 says 160,000. G. James B thinks this is a beefy one with 804,117. Kid Card 72 says 105,000. Oh yeah, it's Adam says 140,000. Muse Slicks with 555,555. Pay it forward. And Adam's second itty bitty little guess coming in at 17. And the real, actual number of people who have watched this episode, or number of views, I guess, is 133,143. Here, I'll just see if I can beat you guys to the punch. Guesses closed, and then paste. There we go. Which means the winner is Joey666. Off by just 6,857. Oh, yeah, wait, a tie. Interesting. And Cliff coming in with the bronze medal, off by a scant 22,031. Congratulations, guys. Nicely done. Good job. You are true Americans, even though many of you are not American. God, that used to be so great. Is like sneak attack patriotism when you least expected it, before it was all politically coded. Yeah, that was fun. Good times that was. All right, guys. So if you're not familiar, David Horowitz was a journalist in the 1980s who he won 12. No, I don't know how many Emmys he won. He won a bunch of Emmys for consumer reporting, but but most importantly, I remember him because in the 80s, he had a show called Fight Back with David Horowitz. He, to be honest, had some P.T. Barnum in him, some John Stossel in him, figured out how to do really big events. He would take consumer claims and put them to the test. For example, our number one video in the history of Modern Rogue is the testing the cheap door lock thing. And in this case, there is a legitimate hack to get that thing to pop right open, but also it just didn't survive when we tested it. But that is in the same vein of David Horowitz's Fight Back. And there was a moment in 1987 when he was on Channel 4 News, and this happened. Here, let's take a look. Here we go.
Fritz Coleman weather. Fred Rogan, sports. Jess Marlowe, cover story. And David Sheehan, entertainment. Channel 4 News, Nightside, number 1 at 11.
Good evening. It has been quite a day here at Channel 4, and tonight security is being beefed up at KNVC after a gunman walked into our news studio right here this afternoon and on live television at gunpoint ordered consumer reporter David Horowitz to read a message live on television. Nobody was hurt. That gunman is in police custody tonight. And Jess's cover story takes a look at what hundreds of thousands of shocked Channel 4 news viewers watched on television on the 4 o'clock news. Jess?
Kelly, the man who had been permitted to watch the broadcast in the studio had given no indication of his intent. He had been sitting quietly until David Horowitz was ready to begin broadcasting his consumer segment.
Because, you know, one of the nicest things about shopping by mail order... Pardon me? What is this? Let me see what it says.
What a baller move! He didn't say, oh. He didn't react. He just said, what is this? That is a boss move. May I become one of those people at some point?
All right.
He's got a gun to his back.
All right, well, let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me. You want to tell me your name or not? What is it? And Gary, where are you from?
At that point, the control room was ordered to go to black, kill the studio mics, and put up a standby slide. But Horowitz continued to read, and the gunman kept the gun in his back.
I was warned in 1981 by someone with connections at the CIA to stay off the computers, that they didn't trust people on computers. When I began receiving disturbing calls from my parents, which led me to believe that something terrible was going on, I was then forced into a mental hospital in Tallahassee, where I learned that my brother-in-law had been driven insane in the same manner that someone was trying to do to me.
The gun was a precise replica, and police, who by then had entered the facilities, made plans to deal with the situation. But when the statement had been read, the gunman placed the gun on the desk, and anchorman John Beard grabbed it. Burbank police wrestled the man to the floor. He has been identified as Gary Stolman, and he said he never intended to harm anyone. Indeed,
he just said, I wanted to give a message to the future that computers should not be trusted and that the CIA maybe does psyops. just a random crazy thing that turned out to be a little bit on the nose prescient.
The gun proved a fake, but Stolman may still face a variety of charges. He is the son of pharmacist Max Stolman, a former member of the Channel 4 News team reporting on medicine and related issues. Max Stolman said, "I do have a sick son. He has been hospitalized a number of times. I am thankful he wasn't killed." At a news conference this evening, Horowitz, who appeared to maintain his calm throughout the ordeal, acknowledged his fair share of anxiety.
And I've covered enough hostage situations, and I've been in Vietnam, and I know that when someone points a gun at you, you do what they tell you to do and hope that someone's going to save you. You're thinking about your wife and your kids and your family, and you say, what am I doing here? Why is this happening to me? And you just try to maintain as much cool as you possibly can, because I realize that if you do anything out of course, as far as this person is concerned, I don't know whether the guy was a terrorist or a wacko or somebody that was trying to get even for something. You don't know who's there.
News director Tom Capra explained his order to pull the plug.
Is that we cannot allow people with guns or weapons of any kind to take a television station hostage. So the first thing you do is go to black and kill the mics to make sure that the message, whatever it is, never gets out.
Co-anchors John Beard and Kirsty Wilde sat through the ordeal, Kirsty worrying that she had okayed Stolman getting into the studio.
He called me to get in. You can't just walk in here. He called me and said that he was Max Stolman's son and he lived in the East and that he had never had the opportunity to see his dad while he was on our air, and could he come down and watch the show.
He had a pass. I noticed the pass on his chest.
That's right.
And nobody noticed anything out of the ordinary until David is on. He's standing behind David, and at first we thought it was just someone who was mixed up, confused, didn't realize he was in the way.
Once the crisis had ended, there was time for reflection and concern for Max Stolman, the gunman's father.
Max is a terrific guy.
Max is just one of the nicest people in the entire world.
Absolutely.
And it is awful that this should happen to anyone connected with Max. He's just, and you know, we love him.
Gary Stolman remains in custody. Charges may await a psychiatric evaluation. No one was injured, as Kelly indicated, and the principals involved are tonight regaining their composure. Security has been tightened to the extent no one is permitted in the studios without a permanent pass. Visitors' passes will no longer be accepted.
Yeah. Oh, keep in mind that one of the things they have to do in the moment is explain like they're mitigating.
Have you been thinking about buying?
They're mitigating future. Sorry,
Kelly Lang.
There we go. They're mitigating future threats of this exact thing by explaining policy changes and saying no, not again. But in this case, I wonder how many. Let's do Fight Back David Horowitz. This dude, legend, legit legend. Here, let's see. Best of Fight Back.
Don't touch that.
As I understand, he passed away. I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, from dementia-related complications. His daughter now runs the Fight Back property, so I assume that there's lots of celebrating. Says the guy who hopes his daughters will manage his properties when he loses his mind.
Well, it's time for another Fight Back special.
Fight back, don't let anyone push you around. Fight back, stand up and hold your ground. Fight back, if someone tries to
Yes,
do you
look at that. 10 out of 10.
Fight back, show them that they just can't win.
Yeah, right?
30 dozen eggs take a joyride in the back of a station wagon. A shoe bends, a glass spins, and a watermelon drops. Food and drinks are tested for taste, and the supermarket grazer eats his way through your pocketbook. A few of the best confusing and amusing labels sent in by viewers, and some unusual mail order gimmicks.
Your two-potato clock has arrived.
And we'll see Gita the Magnificent receive a special award on this special edition of...
Dude, this is amazing.
Welcome to the special edition of Fight...
10 out of 10. Let's hope it's the year that Robotron is set in.
And
John
now
Brands.
the results. Out of the 30 dozen eggs we started out with, we broke 68 and created an absolute mess. Speaking of eggs, Freeman Shoes claim their Free Flex sole is so flexible that it also wouldn't crack an egg. A member of our studio audience tried this one for us. Tell us what you feel.
That's kind of shaky, but it's working.
Now that's pretty good because, as we'll see in an upcoming Scam School episode, those eggs really do have, as long as the pressure's even enough on them, really resilient shells. So that's a good trick.
Great. And just to show you that it was a real egg, that we're not playing games, what we're going to do is we're just going to break the egg.
That would be a weird flex to call your show Fight Back and be a consumer advocate and then mess with it and use a fake egg.
Cling wrap commercial. The top of the glass was sealed and then tossed up in the air. It spun around and was caught without spilling a drop. And now we're ready for our challenge. But you know something? In case this thing should spill or I don't catch it, I could get it all over myself. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to change my clothes. Ah, that's better now.
Magic.
And now the moment of truth. All right, here we go. Well, it passed the challenge, but I didn't do too good, did I? Let me do that again.
10 out of 10.
Okay, here we go. Here's the toss.
That's great.
It passed our challenge.
That's great, man. What a legend. That's amazing. Let's see what else.
Melon kind of messed things up a little bit. But you know, being in the supermarket always seems to make me hungry with all these wonderful smells. And what we're going to do is we're going to have some unique taste tests. But first, we're going to have to take this short break.
Oh. This is a clip episode.
Substitutes, soft drinks, desserts, coffee, sandwich spreads, and much more. Each product always claiming it tastes better than its leading competitor.
Ah, brilliant.
We even tested a taco so fresh it was supposed to explode. But the taste test that drew the most media attention was just after Coca-Cola changed its formula.
Oh, let's talk about this. Did you guys know that Coca-Cola, this was not the first time they had changed their formula? If memory serves, I believe they had changed their formula 12 times prior. In fact, let me fact check that. Let's do this. We'll just do thinking, change it to standard. How many times has Coca-Cola changed the formula before they announced it in the 80s? Yeah, let's see what this says. We've talked about this before, but man, I wish that the robot had like a different design indicator of whether or not it was feeling creative or not, or giving you an actual fact. There we go. I'll verify this rather than rely on pop history. Why, thank you. Why, thank you, robot. Yeah, welcome to Fight Back, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the grocery store and beyond. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right with me. Let's see. Pepsi's only changed its recipe 4 times. Interesting. Oh, man. Yeah, I was old enough to remember New Coke being a international incident. Songs were made imploring people to bring back the taste of Coke. And then they did a face-saving move of coming back with, we're keeping the new Coke, but also we have Coke Classic. And then everyone just liked Coke Classic, and then it became the original. Also, Kid Cart, I too am an RC drinker because I perceive my identity as someone who doesn't perceive their identity when drinking a soda. At least 3 major times before the public new Coke announcement in 1985, depending on what you count as a formula change. Coca-Cola's company line says New Coke was the first formula change in 99 years, but that's only true if you mean the core branded flavor as officially marketed. Coca-Cola itself says April 23, 1985, reformulation was presented as changing the formula for the world's most popular drink. Around 1903, cocaine removed. So 1935, glycerin source changed for kosher certification. Cane sugar replaced with high HFC. Yeah, HFCS. Official mythology is 0 times. 1985 was the first. Yeah, okay. I wonder where I got the number more than that. How many times do experts estimate it was changed without announcement? There we go. Bob McBob says, I was coming home as a kid, watching the news when it happened. Whoa, really? And I remember my grandparents turning it off to play and playing outside. Now, Mr. Bob McBob, what would be interesting is whether or not that was a induced memory, because we just watched the rebroadcast of it where they told the story of it, but they also, and I don't think they were fibbing, said that they cut the feed so that the actual incident didn't go out live. Yeah, interesting. So go back and watch the stream on this when you have time later. All right, so here, let's go back to the Coke story. Here we go.
Fight to bring back the classic Coke taste was led by Seattle businessman Gay Mullins. We challenged Gay to a fight-back taste test and asked him to try 3 different soft drinks in a blind test. Regular Coke, New Coke, and Pepsi. We asked the expert if he could pick out the one with the classic Coke taste.
I think I had this idea that this was. Oh my gosh.
No fooling that? Wow.
Sorry, Gay. You know, taste tests have been used for years as a way for manufacturers to prove their products taste best. But have you ever wondered whether a person tasting something in a market was really giving an honest answer, or are they just saying the right thing to please the people conducting the test? To find out, we prepared pure, sour lemon juice. Awful stuff. We put it in a bottle, and we labeled it Gee Whiz. We presented it to some supermarket shoppers as a brand new soft drink.
Brilliant.
Just watch their reaction.
Brilliant. Now, here's what's happening. Of course, there's immense social pressure when it comes to, and we saw this as we watched the old episodes of Scam School. It's very difficult to pierce the layer of authenticity, especially back in the old days where you would have more and more amounts of equipment. All of that crafts social pressure that creates moments of compliance like this. This is amazing.
Whiz, this is good.
It's interesting.
What do you think?
Shouldn't even good.
Tangy.
It's very lemony. Very lemony.
That's pretty good.
I sort of quenches something. I don't know.
Very good.
It's good.
Now, you can see that they were all just trying to be kind, but when we served the same drink and told them it was a put-on, they gave us a different opinion.
It's horrible.
I really don't like this drink, you know.
Gross.
Terrible.
That is horrible.
It's awful. It tastes awful. It really does. But why would you have me take 3 sips of it?
Ah.
It really is awful.
What a wild mixture of, like, some of these are shot on video, some of them are shot on film.
Give me a rollator or something.
Now, what are they saying here?
Jesus tastes awful.
You're right. Wait a second. It looks like someone has been snacking at the supermarket's expense, this open package of cookies. You know, this is one of my main gripes, and it's something that you see all over the market.
Okay, hold on. Hands up if this is a real thing that exists nowadays. Has anybody encountered this nowadays, or are we in such an age of abundance where the very nature of this is alien to us? Grapes, G. James B says. Okay, I believe that there are grape thieves out there. You see it all the time at your local store, Vegs? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Half open Red Bulls? Oh my gosh, get out. I've never seen half a hot chicken bag stuffed on a shelf. Yeah, I haven't seen it much really either, Argyle Gargoyle.
Open meat packages? Slices of cheese missing. A package with one less bun and some ripped up lettuce. Ever wondered how these things got here? Watch.
Now this is interesting because it's not clear what we're meant to be experiencing. If we're meant to believe that this is an authentic moment, or well, I guess they're withholding information. Paper thin premise where it's like, hey man, let's just get somebody to go around and fuck up a a grocery store. So I'm not feeling the pain on that one.
It's amusing, all right, but just remember, you're the one who's paying those bills. And speaking of paying the bills, we have to pay some of our bills. Traction. So she sent it to me. If the printed claim is true, you can lease this two-door Toyota Tercel for only $1,129.69 a month. And at the end of the 48-month closed-end lease, you will have driven this economy car for only $54,225.12. And according to the
That is that emphasis on production polish, like how much more impactful is this moment, quite simply because of the fact that they printed out this sign, right? Like, look at this. This is
driven this economy
a couple
car
of seconds.
For
just for this 3-second shot to get this shot.
only $54,225.12. And according to the ad, not 1 penny down. Not 1 penny left would be more like it. Jerry Lowry of Springville, New York, wrote me a letter on this product, Loctite Rear View Mirror Adhesive. It seems that when you read the instructions on the back of the package, you're advised to squeeze the tube with the tip facing upward. However, the instructions on the tube itself call for it to be squeezed facing downward. Since this company...
Yeah, I do remember a lot of these even as a kid, I would be all like, this seems a bit pedantic. But again, you gotta churn these out. I wonder how many episodes of Fight Back with David Horowitz were there? Let's see.
Doesn't seem to know which end is up. Jerry wants to know what to do. Until we find the answer. You could take the easy way out. When Sherry Ward of Ontario, California, recently sat down to enjoy this gourmet meal of Benihana shrimp and Oriental lobster sauce, she was surprised to discover that there was no lobster in it, Oriental or Occidental. She checked.
Oh, wait a minute. BioCow said 134 episodes, but I think if we want to give the full story, it says 582 because of the segments. So that includes California Byline from 1976 to 77, Consumer Byline from 77 to 80. Then it became Fight Back in 1980. Wow, 582 episodes. The main director, Glenn Swanson, is credited with 581. That's amazing.
The description on the box. She was further perplexed to find in small print under Oriental lobster sauce, pork and egg sauce. Sherry writes, this is very misleading. Well, I hate to be the one to tell you, Sherry, but there's no such thing as mock turtle, a Welsh rabbit, or an Oriental lobster.
An example of express mail. Yeah, to get serious, mail order is $1 billion business in this country. But what often happens is you send for something, and when you receive it, it's not what you thought it was.
Ooh,
So, we decided
that's a good question. Did anybody send away for things by mail?
40 brand new unwoven cotton or rayon super quality towels for $1.75? Sounds like a good deal to me. But wait, there's more. You can order 10,000 for only $227.45 and have your own big profit mail order business. Now, from this description, you would imagine the towels to look like this, right? Wrong. Here are those beautiful new perfect towels in assorted pastel colors. We knew ads like this to exaggerate a little, but this is ridiculous. This unusual item was advertised as the two-potato clock, meaning that all you needed to keep it running was the power of 2 potatoes. I sent for one, and the first thing that I noticed was potatoes not included. Well, everyone should always keep a couple of potatoes on hand for emergencies like this. Now let's see. The yellow probe here, and the black probe here. What am I doing? A grown man sitting in his office sticking probes into potatoes?
I bet he sold so many of these.
This thing works. The potato took a sticking and the clock keeps ticking. Sound familiar? What else will run this clock? Avocados, cucumbers, limes,
Use your imagination.
soda pop, sweet potatoes, and under other it says, use your imagination. Well, that's exactly what I did.
I mean, this is brilliant. This was a very good ad for this product.
Ad for a park bench was sent to me by Elizabeth Fretzen of Agoura, California. Regularly $34.99, now only $17.49. The ad never actually gave any dimensions.
Oh my
but
God.
Elizabeth thought it looked like such a good deal.
That's
she
brilliant.
ordered one. However, as you can see, it isn't quite what she expected or what I expected. It is.
God, they had to love. They had to love finding these 100% obvious ripoffs.
This is
That's
advertised as
gold.
the world's smallest Victrola.
Unboxing videos, yeah. That is later what became of this.
Well, this ad certainly tells it like it is. And if you like conversation pieces, it's yours for $14.99. I like this item, especially if they could add this tune to their collection.
Oh,
We'll be back with more of
that's
this special
cute.
edition of
So that's their song. yeah, this impulse, this niche became unboxing videos. Then a bunch of heavy duty, highly visual stuff.
Father and tossed the bottle to Gita. She was a little amazed, but she did her duty. She took it underfoot and squashed it good to the last drop. So tough, even an elephant can't break it, said the makers of Cambro plastic salad bowls. But they hadn't met Gita. And here we go. The mighty Gita applies full pressure. It's starting to go. Let's hear it for Gita. But wait, there's more. Gita crushed it, and then she straightened it out. I'll be darned. It is as good as new. We had our biggest problem with Gita when we asked her to step on a Wavecrest waterbed mattress.
Waterbeds.
I guess she figured we had gone just too far.
Now you know, folks, why elephants do not sleep on waterbeds.
Come here. Come here now.
This gotta
She
be
was
too
really
weird.
into challenges
That's
like
hilarious.
testing the strength of a Glad StressFlex trash bag. Or as she did on our most recent challenge, testing the supposed elephantous strength of the Igloo ice chest.
Yeah.
Elephant to Burbank, California,
man.
91523.
How punk rock was that when you could just just say a city, just like a thing? Fight back, Burbank, go. That is a big deal. When you were on the map, literally on the map with the post office, that's extraordinary. Yeah, dude. So Watch Fight Back is a YouTube channel that everyone should subscribe to. Here, let me go ahead and put it in the chat for you guys, because that is dope. And then maybe they will be okay with the fact that we visited them. Boom. I wonder if they're doing anything. I wonder if they're growing or doing new things or just playing the old ones. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. So this was posted when? 1 day ago they posted this. And I believe it might have been instantly scraped on Reddit because it's definitely having an algorithmic moment. I don't know. Good for them. I'm popping on the radar, though. Let's see. Oh, as a matter of fact, toy gun debate. Part of the reason, part of the fallout of this was David Horowitz later advocated for banning realistic toy guns, specifically, partly because he was held at gunpoint by a BB gun.
Lifestyles changing in this recession, inflationary economy. What are they doing? What do you see?
Basically, they're cutting back across the board. I mean, they are purchasing less fuel.
Oh, this is about inflation. Hold on. Where's the, let's see, toy guns? Toy guns? Toy guns? There we go.
How are people's lifestyles changing?
It didn't open. I clicked on toy guns. 80s toy gun debate.
How are people's lifestyles?
Oh, how about that?
New York Cycle. What's the...
Draperies.
All it takes is a drill, an ice pick, and a twist of the wrist to move the bolt mechanism and open the door. But the makers of the Champs lock shield say...
Ah, is that how you drill? I always thought you just drilled right through the front.
Pick and a twist of the wrist to move the bolt mechanism and open the door.
That's pretty
good.
good.
But the makers of the Champs lock shield say that can't happen with this simple metal plate installed inside the lock. Champs distributor Ted Lawson came all the way from Dallas to prove that claim. How does it protect the lock?
Well, it's a tempered steel.
Show us.
To a professional lock picker. Michael Scott is a former burglar. Can he get past the Champs lock shield?
What's happening here is some type of sleeve or something down there that's keeping me from putting the tool down there to move the latch back.
Yeah, so apparently it worked. Anyway, shouts out to a legend, David Horowitz. Right on. All right, beautiful people, that is going to be it for today's Office Hours. Don't forget, officehours.themodernrogue.com. This beautiful, incredible document, officehours.themodernrogue.com. Brought to you by Sign. And then we will check that one and put that in the banks. So we'll see what ideas we got for you guys tomorrow. You guys are the best. Oh, shoot. I forgot to even turn on the whiteboard. Look at that. This is amazing. You guys are amazing. Yes. All right, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow.